What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about several different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about M3GAN 2.0, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Crystal Lake, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, starting off here with M3GAN 2.0, Jason Blum is already addressing what led to M3GAN 2.0 being one of the biggest disappointments at the box office in the recent weeks. He was on the Town podcast, and this comment, as you all saw when I posted it on Twitter, is just very hilarious. It's delusional, to be more specific. He said, "We all thought M3GAN was like Superman. We could do anything to her. We could change genres. We could put her in the summer. We could make her look different. We could turn her from a bad guy into a good guy. And we kind of classically overthought how powerful people's engagement was really with her." That is just so delusional. I don't know what else to label that. That is very delusional. Because you would think that that first film did over 600 million or more worldwide. It did, what, about close to 200 million at best? So to think that M3GAN had that kind of pull, that's just, you're getting way too ahead of yourself. Way too ahead of yourself. And like many of us were talking about prior to the film dropping, if you want to shift right into Seed of Chucky-like territory, which this movie, again, is far better than Seed of Chucky, but you jumped several sharks. You skipped right over your Child's Play 2 moment. You skipped right over Child's Play 3. You skipped right over Bride and went to like a Seed of Chucky-like moment for M3GAN. Right out the gate, you didn't commit to cementing her as some type of horror icon or anything. Just right out of the gate, her first sequel, let's shift around the genre. And then dropped it around some heavy hitters when it comes to competition. F1, which is being compared to Top Gun Maverick. I still need to watch that film. Then you had Jurassic World Rebirth, which you guys have heard my review. You know I don't think that M3GAN 2.0 is worse than Jurassic World Rebirth. But the fact of the matter is, reality, Jurassic Park is a very popular IP. Dinosaurs are far more appealing than this new girl on the block. So a lot of delusional decision making resulted in M3GAN 2.0 being the disaster that it is financially. And again, the movie wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was still severely disappointing. I gave it a generous 6 out of 10. I think there are some things that are going to age better about it as I rewatch it. But it's just unfortunate this is what happened for M3GAN. In her second outing, they got way too ahead of themselves, and now M3GAN is probably going to be 6 feet deep. But you guys let me know what you think about those comments. Do you agree that that's a very delusional mentality to have about a character that just got here? Now let's talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer Love Hewitt gave her thoughts while speaking with Dread Central, gave her thoughts on the I Know What You Did Last Summer director Jennifer Caton Robinson. She says she's this tiny little force of nature. She's editing in her head, she's writing lines on the fly, she's directing the movie, she's a fan who's going, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool, Julie and Ray are back, this is amazing." She came at this saying, "My first and foremost goal is to make sure that the fans of the original feel seen, heard, and know that we love them, and I don't think you can ask for anything better from a director for this." Now the thing about this interview is that she also went on to comment on how well balanced the comedy is with the horror. Now, I myself and you might disagree upon watching it, but that is what we are looking for when it comes to this film. Jen herself has already made it clear this film is not taking itself too seriously. I don't think those are her exact words. I could be misquoting her, but the concern around it not being too serious has been present ever since she started making comments about it. But I've wanted to remind you guys, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is pretty comedic. It's just not balanced very well throughout the movie. If this film can balance some of the comedy with the horror while still retaining a mostly horrific and serious tone, they're in a good position. As opposed to what we got, but I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, in which Ben Willis seemed like he legitimately had more beef with the resort staff than Julie and her friends, if we're being quite honest. So I am looking forward to this film. I'm glad to see Jennifer Love Hewitt praise Jennifer Caton Robinson. Again, if you have not checked out some of her old work, like Do Revenge, check that out. And hopefully, when I watch the film, I have nothing but praise. Because again, I cannot stress enough, on paper, this has all the ingredients to me to be one of the best legacy sequels in recent memory. Not saying it's going to be a masterpiece or anything like Sinners. That's not what I'm getting at. But it will be a slasher film that hopefully I can look back on and say, this was the legacy sequel that dared to go there, and it did it well. Now, let's talk about Crystal Lake. Linda Cardellini, a first look at her as Pamela Voorhees had appeared online courtesy of Alone in the Dark podcast. Now, if you're wondering where that photo is, I'm not posting it here because apparently, as of this recording, A24 has requested that we take that photo down. But if you've seen the photo, you know what I'm talking about. Linda Cardellini looked phenomenal. I just wanted to draw attention to it, and it's possibly still online in a variety of different places. On Reddit, Facebook, someone on Twitter's probably still got it up, but a lot of us shared it yesterday. A lot of you listening in probably already saw it, and you know what I'm getting at. She looked great. She does look like a hot mom, as expected, and I cannot wait to see her knock this role out of the park. All the best of luck to her. There were some other set photos that surfaced online as well. I'm not going to share those here because I don't know how much else A24 wanted people to take down. So to respect that request, I'm just not showing anything. I just wanted to address, if you're someone who wants to go out and find it, the first look is available online of Linda Cardellini as Pamela Voorhees, and she looks phenomenal. Can't wait to see what she does, and hopefully, again, the execution puts more attention onto the importance of Pamela as it pertains to her role in Jason's story. Let's conclude this video by talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, more specifically Charisma Carpenter, who recently called Cordelia's exit in Angel Season 5 unjust. She shared this by speaking with IGN. She said, "I'm sure there are caveats. Cordelia died on Angel, not on Buffy. I don't know what that means for Cordelia specifically, but I'm hopeful in regards to the revival that it includes Cordelia, obviously. It would be a dream to be included, and it would just be so poetic for that to occur and for it to occur with this group. Listen, you're not going to get an argument out of me because the way it went down for her was just, without using inflammatory language, just was not. She was so built up, so big, she'd grown so much, she had this remarkable journey, and for her to go out the way that she did just felt so unjust." Now, while I respect the sentiment, I do think that the send-off for Cordelia wasn't as bad as I often will see online. I just don't think so. I do think that the absence of Cordelia after she ascends at the end of season 3, and then the fact that we really are not with her at all until You're Welcome, which is a whole season later and some change, that's what I think makes her exit a bit problematic. But the episode itself, I think, is a beautiful send-off to a character like Cordelia and really highlights her growth over the course of where we first met her during Welcome to the Hellmouth and where she ended up at the end of Angel in season 5 during You're Welcome. Now, if they want to bring her back in some capacity, I would prefer it not be somehow making her alive. I don't want that. I would prefer some sort of alternate dimension episode in which you have Cordelia back that way, or, again, introduce the PTB. Bring the powers that be up. Bring Cordelia up that way. I'm assuming she is up there as a higher being still serving purpose to the powers. I would love to see Cordelia be someone Buffy or the new Slayer go to for help if they want to finally introduce the PTB in an episode of Buffy, because we never heard about them in anything but Angel, but we know they exist in that universe. But let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, so you never miss a video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.